In life, there are 3 D to failure. The first D is doubt. The second one is discouragement. And the third one is despair. And also, there are 4 D to success. The first one is desire. The second one is determination. The third one is discipline. And the fourth one is diligence. And so you are welcome to this maths class. We want to look at how to sketch diagrams that relate to problems in bearing and distances. And the first one we are looking at is this. What you are asked to do is just to sketch. When you see something like this, always start from the bearing. You have 3 OCs. That's where you should start from. The second one is 70 degrees. That's the second place to start from. So from 3 OC degree, first draw your cardinal point. So this is your cardinal. Then 3 OCs. Don't forget that this is 90 degrees. This is 180 degrees. And this is. So first draw your cardinal point. This is 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees, making 180 degrees. Then if you add 90 to 180 degrees, you have 270 degrees. If you have another 90 degrees to this, you have 360 degrees. But this is not up to 360 degrees. That is 3 OCs. So which means it's between 270 and 360 degrees. So you now say, okay, 360 minus 3 OCs. You have 4 here. So it means 54 degrees before it gets to 360. So you can measure 54 degrees from this place, from here to this place, or you can measure 270 and add what it will be to make up 306. What I mean is this. You can say, okay, 306, this is 270. You have 6. From 10 take away 7, 36 degrees. It's either you measure from here to this way, you might measure 30 here, or you measure 54 from here to this place. It's all the same. So you can say this is 54. Or if you like, you can call this one 36. So if you add 54 and 36, it's supposed to be 90, which is 90. That's a right angle. Now, they now say that, okay, that is 7 kilometers. So let's put 7 kilometers here. Okay, that's settled with this bearing. It then sails a further 11 kilometers on a bearing of 70 degrees to arrive at A. So where you stop here, draw another cardinal point. So this is not, always start from the bearing, 70. So don't forget that this is right angle, which is 90 degrees. So you measure from here to somewhere here, you measure 70, and then you draw, and that should be, this should be 11 kilometers. Okay, this should be 11 kilometers. Okay, to arrive at M. So this is M. They now say you should sketch the diagram. So what you can do is to join this place to the starting point here. And don't forget that this starting point is point P. That's the port. So you can join the two together. Please don't mind my drawing. So, and that's all. That's the sketch. You have sketched the something. And if you like, just put the details, 36, 54. Here you have 70 degrees. In fact, it's not a matter of if you like, you should do that. So, and that's all. You have sketched the diagram. So we will look at the second question. Now these are 2 different aircraft on a different bearing. And we are asked to find the distance between the 2. Don't forget that when you want to sketch diagram on bearing, always start from the bearing itself so that you will not be confused. The first bearing here, or let's read the question first. A fighter jet F and a helicopter H. You have fighter jet, then helicopter. Leave the airport A at the same time. the jet flies 25 kilometers on a bearing of 40 degrees, and the helicopter flies 30 kilometers on a bearing of 320 degrees. How far apart are the aircraft? Sketch the diagram. So let's start from the first bearing. You have 40 degrees. So the first thing you do is to draw your cardinal point. This is your cardinal point. Then put your knot there. Don't forget that the first quadrant here, this is 90 degrees here. That's right angle. Then this is 180 degrees. But the first one is 40 degrees. So somewhere here. So you have, and this is the airport A. Then for the first bearing, you have 25 kilometers. So, and don't forget that for this first bearing is for the fighter jet. So this is fighter jet going this direction. Now for the second one, which is helicopter, you have 320 degrees. Don't forget that I said always start from the bearing. So we have 320 degrees. This is 180 and this is 270. If you add 90, 90, 90, you have 270 here. 320 degrees is in between 270 and 360. You remember that you start from here, 180, 270, then you are going to 320, which means it remains 40 degrees before it gets to 360. So you can measure from here to this place, 40 degrees there. This is 30 kilometers. And you have to add, this is 40 degrees. Now the question now says, how far apart are the aircraft? So distance between here and here, because this is one aircraft, this is another aircraft. So the distance is just between here and this place. So if you like, you can put fighter jet F, then you can have helicopter H. So the distance between them is X. So what you are asked to find is to find X. The next thing that we're supposed to look at, which will be in another class, is to begin to look at sine and cosine formula, because sine and cosine formula are very relevant when we talk about bearing and distances. I'll see you in another class.